said after his breakout game last night in Vegas in Summer League, my mom, my dad really helped me, encouraging me to stay focused and keep being myself. So I feel like that's a big part of how I came out tonight. Just stay aggressive, even though my shot hasn't been falling, just staying aggressive. So, Paul, how much did last night change your view of Bronny?
It really didn't change my view at all. Too much, Skip, because I saw what his ability was in the combine and what he could possibly do. And like I said before, I don't really put a lot of stock in Summer League. But on the flip side, it showed me he can bounce back from adversity also.
Yep.
You know, this has been some adversity he's been put through, from the stats being put up 0 for 15 to Jaylen Brown saying his words that he supposedly said. And, you know, every day is something different. So this just showed me, and for the simple fact that he got mic'd up. He was willing to get mic'd up. Like me, if I'm 0 for 15 and I'm 5 for 26, I don't want to get mic'd up. Like, because for one, it's going to hamper. I'm not comfortable with the mic. I've worn mics before, and I really didn't like playing with them because you're not used to that, just equipment on you and just running up and running and jumping. Yeah, you can feel it. And so
I don't know if today's equipment is
it may be different. I probably had a whole
big old battery
pack all in my back, the stuff, you know what I'm saying, playing with it. So, you know, for him to just be able to bounce back. But I always felt like, you know, he got his support team behind him. And the only thing I want to see is just consistency now. You know, this is what summer is all about, developing consistency. So nothing's really changed in my eyes after one game. It's just now, let's see if we can just start putting solid games, solid performances together. And it's not always about his scoring either. It's like other things, too, to make up from the lack of shots you're getting. Because say, like, next game, Connect come back. Those shots not going to be there now. You know, because he's clearly the #1 option on this Summer League team. So how can he keep developing, keep continuing to have the right mindset, keep playing with confidence, and those are the things I want to see moving forward in Summer League and throughout, you know, whatever he's doing at the Rico Hines, pickup games at UCLA, just continue to develop that nature. So I'm going to be watching tonight, you know, just to, even if he's missing shots, is he going to be willing to take them if they don't go in and continue to be aggressive going to the basket? You know, those are the things I want to see. Is he going to pick up full court defensively? Is he going to, you know, try, you know, pick up on doing the little things better, like rebounding and hustle plays and things of that nature?
Yeah, it doesn't change anything in my view, Skip. I go back to week 1. Go back to the first game that he had, and we were all trying to figure out, does he belong? And I kept saying, he's shooting the ball well, it's just not going in. He was touching the rim. It wasn't like the third game where he was touching the bottom of the net and wasn't touching the rim because he was shooting air balls. He was actually getting nice form, nice shots, nice everything. It just wasn't going in. The one thing that he's got to do, he's got to just, as they say, keep his head down, keep working hard, don't pay attention to the negativity, don't allow that to seep in his brain. And when you have a supporting cast, like your mom, like your dad, who, I mean, is he going to not listen to him? I mean, you're going to listen to your father. And when you have that supporting cast and you have other players that I'm sure he's been in the contact with that he may have not mentioned that are NBA guys.
I agree.
That, you know, are friends of his dad or teammates of his dad, encouraging him, you lean into that. Don't worry about, because this is really, to me, the way if I was him and I was playing in the Summer League, it's practice. I know I'm going to be in El Segundo come training camp, but right now this is me working on my fundamentals of the game, trying to do basketball acclimated things in Summer League that will keep me, get me ready to go, so to speak, when I land in training camp. Forget the 0 and 15. Whatever. I don't care about that. And that's the way I would approach it if I was him. Just keep doing those things like your dad told you. And you see the results.
What Jaylen Brown got caught on camera saying, I do believe he said, because Rich Paul discussed it yesterday publicly on, I think it was on a radio show, but he didn't say that Jaylen didn't say it. He was just trying to keep it in perspective, like, well, that's just his opinion, right?
It's his opinion, but it's also an opinion from somebody that knows, because he's there. He gets it.
And it was like, this was Jaylen's first glimpse of Bronny, and it was in the first half. And so he just leans over, making conversation to his girlfriend and to Angel Reese. Bronny's not a pro, okay?
But does that
and it
mean
just
that
resonates?
But does that mean that Bronny's not a pro, Skip, at that moment in time, or does it mean 3 months from now?
So then Jalen tried to not walk it back, but put a little more context to it. And he said, I'm just paraphrasing, he said, he's going to be good because he has the right, I think he called, did he say tools around him?
Yeah, the right
tools around him. He didn't say because he's got the right tools, period. He's got the right tools around him. Okay, which brings me back to what you said. It's a damaging statement coming from somebody who knows, to your point. Yeah. So this kid is under extraordinary pressure already, and now he's got to deal with that and has to go through a day off before they get to play again. And here we go last night, and he comes right out and goes right off the dribble handoff pick and just rips his first shot.
Right.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, now back to what you said. Is it possible he got a call from Chris Paul, who's kind of his godfather, or from Carmelo, or from Dwayne Wade, that they're all his uncles as he grew up, basically?
Yeah.
Did they call and say, just shoot it? Because that's the point. I know he can shoot. I saw him do it.
Somebody did.
Huh?
I bet you somebody did.
Somebody called and just said, hey, don't hang your head, just play. Just go.
I don't know if they said it quite clean, but I'm sure they said it.
No, I didn't come that clean.
You know exactly
It didn't come
what
that
they
clean.
said.
No,
I didn't come that clean.
Okay, all right, but that's fine.
profanity in there somewhere.
Okay, but that's fine because that's how you emphasize what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so as this man to my right knows, you just have to keep shooting it because I know you can shoot. And to your point, all those shots look fine to me. They just didn't go in.
They just didn't go in. I done seen dudes that's all-stars, Hall of Famers, take them same shots and they don't go in. Hell, Steph Curry was 1 of 6 the other day.
He was.
His shots looked fine. They just didn't go in.
Ain't that. He just wasn't aggressive as he should be.
Yeah.
You know, this is summer league. Like Bronny, this is your team. Like, connect. This is your team. Like, these are our draft picks. Like I said earlier, like, you don't have to run the offense. You can take the ball anytime, get the rebound, and go coast to coast. You can play one pass shot. Like, this is y'all team. Like,
what they gonna tell you?
What these other guys who ain't got contracts gonna tell me? I'm out here working to get to October, so I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So screw them. If I'm Bronny, I'm coming in like, man, watch out. They talk about swinging. I'm like, clear out. Like, this is, if he can realize that and just play basketball and understand, like, look, this is me out here. I don't care what y'all doing. This is me. Man, let's go. Let's go. That's what he needs to do. Like, these other guys, they not making it to October and going to be in El Segundo.
So there's a fine line for this kid trying to reestablish himself with a new group of guys on a summer league team, trying to show them I'm not some spoiled rich kid, and I'm not here just because my daddy said.
He ain't spoiled.
Yeah, well, he's that. He is. But he is not spoiled.
No.
They raised him the right way.
Absolutely.
Because he goes out of his way to show everybody around him, I'm just one of the guys, right? And he's a good kid, and he's fun to be around. They all say good things about him. But at some point, as I said to you yesterday, your pedigree, your sort of bloodline has to kick in because you did grow up around royalty and you got some ability. I'm not saying you're going to be great, but you can be good, and you have to let it flow. You have to trust what you know and who you are. And last night, because he got mic'd up, he trusted that he could sort of come out of his shell a little bit and talk more. I think he's more open with his teammates, more open talking on the floor, calling out picks and whatnot. And the point was, when he ripped the first shot, I said, oh, that's different. You know, that shows me, you know, that's like, well, okay, Jaylen Brown, take that. Like, it didn't get to him. And then he made a three. And then he made the late game. They put him back in for the last 5 minutes. I don't know why he didn't play the whole fourth quarter, but whatever. He goes in, and the most impressive shot he's made the whole summer league was the late three, because that's a gamer three. That's to tie the game. And it was contested in the corner. That's what he's going to do for the real guys.
Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do.
He
has to do that for them as of now.
Yeah.
But you could tell that first one when he ripped it, Paul, he knew that was going in. You could just tell you could see his body language and the bounce afterwards. Like, yeah, okay, that's going in.